A guten Erev Yom Tov. The Gemara relates a story that's very familiar to us in some form or another. We've all heard it. It says that someone once approached Shammai and said that he would convert to Judaism if Shammai would teach him the whole Torah on one foot. Al regel achat is the Lashon HaGemara. We always think of this story sort of from a backwards perspective, since the prospective convert next goes to Hillel, and Hillel tells him, what is hateful to you, do not do to your colleague. De'alach sanei lechaverach lo savid. We assume that the person was looking for a bumper sticker length insight into Judaism. Maybe so. But the Heilige Ruzhner, Rabbi Yisrael of Ruzhin, didn't see it that way. He looked at the story from a different perspective. He thought that no one would come to Judaism and want it reduced to a fortune cookie, not if this person had investigated and studied Judaism seriously. This would-be convert had already learned much about Judaism, but there was something that he couldn't quite get his head around in the Ruzhner's view, and this is what he was asking about. The three festivals, also called Shalosh Regalim, or the three pilgrimage festival, literally 3 foots, 3 holidays where the Jewish people ascend on foot to the temple in Jerusalem to bring offerings there, to see and be seen in God's presence. This was the crux of the question. There's 3 holidays that we know of, right? Pesach to commemorate at the Exodus, Shavuos to commemorate the giving of the Torah at Sinai, Sukkot to commemorate God's protection of us for 40 years of wandering. But there's another holiday, another regel. That's Shmini Atzeres. It's a regel bifnei atzmo, a holiday unto itself. We say Shechianu, and it has its own status independent of coming immediately after Sukkot. Rabbi Yisrael of Ruzhin asks us to consider that maybe this is what the questioner was presenting to Shammai and then later to Hillel. And the question was a good one. Not so much teach me all of Judaism in 10 seconds, Judaism in a nutshell, but rather teach me the Torah of Regel Achas. Regel Achas, one holiday, this one specific holiday. And even more specifically, the holiday of one, where the offering is one. Par echad, ayel echad. One bull, one ram. For the length of Sukkot, we've been reading from the Torah each day and recounting in Musaf offerings that total 70 in number. Our prayers to God for the 70 nations of the world. On Shmini Atzeres and Simchas Torah, it's not 70 anymore. Now it's just one offering. Par echad, ayel echad, for the Jewish people, for the one Jewish people. Rashi comments on the deeper meaning of this holiday, this regel of Shmini Atzeres. He says it's like after a big banquet with a lot of guests. God says to us, his intimates, let's just make a small meal just for us so we can enjoy each other's company before you go. Lashon chibahu, says Rashi. It's a term of endearment, like children who take leave of their father. And their father says, Kashe alai predaschem. Your separation is difficult on me. Ikvu oid yom echad. Stay one more day. That's the deeper, or a deeper meaning of Shmini Atzeres, Simchas Torah. And maybe this was the question of the Ger. What is the meaning of all this one regel, this one holiday? Why do you need another holiday after Rosh Hashanah, after Yom Kippur, after Sukkot, after Hoshana Rabbah? Aren't you worried people are going to be shuled out? Could be, or maybe he meant something even deeper than that. Why does the commentary explain, Kashe alai predaschem? Why does God say, your separating is hard for me? First of all, grammatically, it should say, predatenu, predasenu. Our separation is difficult for me. I'll miss you, something like that. Why specifically your separation? The truth is, the guy was right. Jews are never separated from God, even after spending Tishrei in the temple in Jerusalem, or even spending the whole month in Shul, Slichas, Hakafas, fasting, Kol Nidre, all those different things that we've done in Shul together over the past month, singing, dancing, praying, crying, kneeling, bowing. Once we go home, and our staff takes the extra chairs out of the Shul, and there's plenty of space for everyone to sit again, after Simchas Torah, does that mean we're taking our leave of God? God forbid. God is with us in Shul, God is with us in home, and even on the way, in between, to and fro. No matter where we are, what we're doing, God is with us. Let that be the main lesson of the last 2.5 years of COVID. Seek God where he is found, even in a pandemic. Make the best of what you have. We do the best we can. That's how it always is with the Jewish people. So what did God mean? What did Rashi mean? What did the convert mean? What did the Ruzhiner mean? Kashe alai predaschem. What's difficult for God is not our separating from God, God forbid. The reality is there's no such thing. What's difficult for God to see is our separating one from another. When all the children are home, it's a wonderful thing. There's no satisfaction, no deep down feeling of gratitude like it. When they go their separate ways, it's good, but it's not the same. This year's Tishrei was so special. We saw some people in Shul that we literally have not seen in years, since before things got crazy. It was good to have everyone back in Shul. Now what? Now we're taking our leave from one another, going back to our individual lives, not schmoozing at the Kiddush, not hanging around in the Sukkah together, not standing together for Kol Nidre, or Chamol, or the Shofar. So, as God has Rachmanis on us, let's have Rachmanis on God, so to speak. Let's not let the preda, the separation, be the main thing. Let's not separate so much from each other. Let's keep coming together for davening, for Kiddush, for learning, for simchas. Baruch Hashem, we'll have several B'nai Mitzvah coming up in the next few months. It's all in the KST family, so everyone should feel included. Come for the simcha, have a piece of kugel, say l'chaim, stay connected. Unfortunately, we've had losses in our shul too, as ever, and people need to say Kaddish. And for that, we need a minyan in person every morning, Monday through Friday. So it's going to get dark early soon, and it'll be dark still in the mornings, but don't let that stop you. Keep coming and keep connected. On Shmini Atzeres, meaning Monday, we'll say Yizkor, which is also keeping our connections with each other. None of us wants to be forgotten after we're gone, a flash in the pan, here one day, gone the next. So we remember those of our family who are no longer here, no longer able to join us in shul, in a physical sense, no longer able to give tzedakah, and we bring them along too. We mention their names during davening, we pledge tzedakah on their behalf, we do a mitzvah for those who no longer can. And keeping those connections helps us realize how important and vital the connections are among those of us who are still alive today. And that appreciation of each other will keep us together rather than seeing us each go our separate ways. God will be happier, Kvayachol, will be happier, and the closeness and community that we've all enjoyed all Tishrei long will keep us together throughout the coming year. Please God, in good health and happiness and peace. Good Yom Tif, Chag Sameach.